Guys, thank you very much for joining our Down to Flow Yin. Today, we will spend 60 minutes working massively through the front of the hips, the inside of the hips, as well as the front of the chest. So, opening everything. Yin is about going as slow as possible. Here we have a little latecomers. Hey guys, I'm gonna put you straight onto mute. So, making sure you have as much support as possible. There's nothing worse than having to actually move to get your support. So I've got a bolster, 2 cushions, and 3 bricks. You don't need all of them, but it's just an indication that if you have 4 or 5 pillows, a yoga bolster, anything, you may need them. And we only want to go as deep as the body will allow while we keep a nice big smile. We're so calm that the body and the fascia, the connective tissue, gently opens. So you've got about 60 seconds to grab those, and we are actually going to start our practice standing. I'm going to do a couple little bits of movement just to wake into the fascia. So from here, bring yourself to stand. And we are going to take a few little spinal rolls. So let the head get heavy. Bend in the knees. Shoulders rolling down. Spine extending. You go as low as you feel comfortable. You can support your hands on the feet, the ankles. Once you've got nice and low, we're going to reverse that movement. Rolling back up the spine. Shoulders doing very, very little. Continue at your own pace. Chin tucks in. Try to feel every vertebra open. Every line of muscle and sinew. Head is heavy, jaw is heavy. At the bottom, you allow that moment of pause, and then you reverse the movement. Lower spine first lifting. Rounding through the upper back, shoulders still heavy. Head is the last thing to come up. And on our final little roll down, we're going to stay down. So tuck the chin. Again, shoulders heavy, jaw is heavy. If you find any sticking point through the back, maybe hold it, take one extra breath. And allow yourself to drop that little deeper and deeper. We have 3 full breaths, head hanging, bend in the knees. If it's too intense, use your hands to support yourself. Now bending the knees, place the hands down. We're coming to sit on our shins, on our heels. Shoulders are back, body is nice and tall. We're really stretching through the front of the shins. If this is too intense, you can take any other seated position. Shoulders are back, spine is long. We're going to check in with our breath because this whole practice revolves around the melting sensation. So closing the mouth, closing the eyes, start to breathe into the belly. So feel your belly expand on a breath in. And as you exhale, pull it back in, contracting. Inhale, use that diaphragm. Shoulders away from the ears. We talk about setting an intention for the practice. The intention today should be everything yin, everything relaxed. If you have to grimace, if you lose the ability to breathe as you are now, then you know you've gone too far. If you start to feel resistance within the pose, through the ankles, through the quads, through the hips, already start to think about breathing in to create that bit of space. And as you exhale, all the tension, all the fight disappears. From here, bringing your hands forward, we come to a tabletop position. Hands beneath shoulders, knees beneath belly button. Start to move through your slowest cat-cows. So as you inhale, drop the belly, just look forward. And as you exhale, push into the ground, small tuck of the tailbone. Try to find a tight point within the spine. We're not pushing, we're not being powerful. This is all about searching. Inhale, uncurl. Look forward. Let the chest drop between the elbows. Exhale, press the ground away. Round the spine. Head just drops. You can even shake it side to side. We go 2 more. Breathing in, come to your cow stretch. So chest is hanging heavy between the shoulders. Tailbone is untucked. From here, looking forward, you can start to create a bit of space through the neck, little movements. Maybe drop the head, take a full circle. Sitting back onto the knees, we move to our first posture, supported fish. So taking a cushion or a bolster, we place it lengthways. We are going to lie back onto it to create our first heart opener. We are going to be here for 4 minutes. So legs extended. The base of the bolster is sitting around the base of my spine. Lying back. Taking the arms out to the side. In this very light, very passive back bend. Again, the eyes can stay closed. We use our breath to create space. muscles we're targeting, starting from the sternum, moving out across the chest to the shoulders. This is the very physical, the very anatomical, but we're not just here for the physical form. We are here to link body and mind through breath. So as we allow our heart space and our chest to open, know that it is a space to create further opportunity. We improve our posture, we improve our confidence, we walk taller and happier. As we are coming to halfway, I invite you to cactus the arms, so bending in the elbows, hands almost in line with the ears, and only if it feels good, we can also take the feet towards a butterfly pose. So soles of the feet together, knees out wide. 2 minutes here. As the practice continues, Yin does give us a lot of time and space to let our thoughts go wild. But if you are someone who knows they suffer from that little bit of anxiety, insomnia, now we look to control the thoughts, just to keep them in line through the tangible watching of our breath. So think about your belly lifting. Feel it press against the shirt. And as you exhale, once again, feel everything melt 1% more. Taking our final breath. If your legs are butterfly, take your hands to the outer thighs to support the knees in. We're going to roll to the right, gently removing whatever is between your shoulder blades. We come to our first Shavasana, our rebound pose. So legs extended. Tuck the chin into the chest for just one moment, and then lay it back down, back the neck long. Hands down by your sides. We use our Shavasana to rebound and to just watch what the body has to show. Tingles, release, comfort, discomfort, anything. Taking 2 more breaths here. Deep down into the belly. Feel the belly expand. Create that whisper sound as you exhale. Place the sole of your left foot on the mat. We roll to the right to bring ourselves to seated. Taking our hands behind. Feet are just wider than the mat. As we've slowly started to open through the hips, we are going to move deeper. So taking the feet wide, take a big inhale, expand the chest. Exhale, lower the knees to the right, still allowing the chest to face forward. Moving with the breath, inhale, knees come to vertical. Exhale, knees move to the left. Continue with your breath, inhaling to center. Exhaling across. Imagine you're cresting and troughing through waves. You exhale, you dive down that wave. On your next inhale, return knees to vertical. Walk the bum back. From here, we're moving towards a forward fold, a hip opener. So it's our Baddha Konasana. Once again, get as many props as you can possibly fathom, because we want to make this comfortable. We'll be in this pose for 4 minutes. So I'm going to choose to sit my bony bum on a cushion. In front, I have a few bricks, bolsters, because I'm going to choose to relax my head forwards. I will ask you to do the same. So we start our 4 minutes, soles of the feet together, knees out wide, bring the weight forwards. And know at this point, over the 4 minutes, you will be able to lower down deeper and deeper. But first, it is about becoming comfortable, not forcing ourselves, comfortable just beyond the realm of what is normal. As our knees lower towards the floor, the muscles of the inner thighs, the hip flexors begin to release. This isn't just tightness that develops from a day sat at the desk. This is tightness that develops from the point we were made to sit in chairs in junior school, kindergarten, wherever you went. "90 seconds through. If you feel comfortable, you can start to walk the hands forward, lowering the head towards the feet. But again, passive, no energy. And if you're fighting yourself, then place another brick beneath the head.
As we move past halfway, we're so used to thinking of the front of the chest expanding with the breath. Now identify the rib cage at the back. So through those huge breaths, imagine like a set of wings expanding on the breath in and relaxing down to the floor on the breath out. Into the final minute. Any more adjustments with the props, take them now. Taking our final breath, inhaling, feel the wings lift. Exhale, drive them down. Support yourself to vertical.
Once again, we move to our Shavasana. So a very different set of movements. The forward fold, the deeper hip opener. As you lie yourself back, give it a moment to let it all settle in. Scan down through your body. Every joint you move past, it's not just going through the motions. We ask ourselves, how do we feel right now? So taking our attention to the neck, silently just ask yourself, how does my neck and my throat feel? Don't search for an answer. If there's nothing, if it's just calm and content, amazing. Move down, take your attention to your shoulders, left and right. The attention goes down through the spine. If you ask yourself that question, if you find discomfort, tightness, there is no problem. It's simply about being present to know that today, right now, I feel great or I feel less than great. Down through the hips. Through the thighs, the knees, finally down to the feet. Placing the sole of the left foot onto the mat, we roll to the right to bring ourselves to our seated position. Coming onto the knees, we're going to continue to work through the inner thighs, the groin, as well as the chest. So we have a choice of puppy pose or our child's pose. So choice one, feet together, knees spread wide, walking the hands forward. That is our second choice. We move to our puppy pose. So here, knees are beneath the hips. We reach forward, relaxing the head down and continuing to extend the arms in front. I know for me, an unpleasant position is having my knees on the floor. We're going to be here for 4 minutes in total. So you can also move between the two if you need. But we always want to try maintain one position at comfortable level. Clock has started. Again, if it's too intense, we can take our puppy pose, maybe with a bolster in front. Whichever variation you've chosen, you can inhale to gently press the arms forward. Exhale to ever so slightly pull the hips back, extending through the whole spine. Child's pose or puppy pose. "90 seconds through." If you have your head extended, chin on the mat, we're working towards our throat chakra. The muscles controlling the throat can get very tight. Pull on the head, cause headaches, shoulder impingements. It's an amazing way to passively open. If you have your forehead on the ground, pressing into the optic nerve or third eye can create a phenomenal calming effect. But once again, just continuing to concentrate on those big belly breaths. As we move past halfway, you would like to intensify the pose. I recommend you do it now, and then once again, find stillness. Into our final minute, as we look to tap into our parasympathetic nervous system, we're going to start a final breath count. We'll breathe in for 4, out for 6. Only 3 breaths here. So through the nose, inhaling for 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhaling for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhaling for 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhaling for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Final breath. Inhaling 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhaling. Final huge exhale. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Sitting back towards your child's pose if you're not there.
third eye, forehead, relax to the mat. Bringing the weight up, we find our tabletop. Cross the legs into a seated position. We're going to move to a wide leg forward fold. But before we go there, take a moment to sit tall. And as always, just check in with the body. Taking our wide leg forward fold. Once again, I'm going to sit on a cushion. You can too, if you want, sit on your brick. And as we're going to be leaning forward, I recommend as many props as possible. So taking a wide leg position, tiny bend in the knees. You can choose to come onto the elbows. If this is very intense, you can stay exactly where you are. Clock has started. But again, that simple, happy, almost elated sensation of just melting down. And as we travel deeper and deeper into the groin, try to identify any sort of imbalances, left, right, power, stiffness, anything. We remain present by asking ourselves those questions. How do I feel right now in the moment? When any negative thoughts show up, that's what our exhale is for. Getting rid of the evil. Getting rid of that back chat. As we move past halfway, if you'd like to intensify your stretch, you can drop one brick away. But remember, the second you lose that ability to be nothing but calm, to be nothing but chilled as a cucumber, then you have gone too far. So rein it in. If you'd like to continue with that breath, that rest and digest breath, perhaps to yourself, you inhale for 4, exhale for 8. Completely up to you, or simply rest and be happy here. Final 3 breaths. Support yourself to vertical. Taking your props to the side.
we rebound once again in our Shavasana. Whoa. These very deep, almost cold stretches, because we haven't flowed, we haven't warmed the body. What they do is get into our connective tissue, our tendons, our ligaments, our fascia. The two paired together, given enough attention, that is how we undo decades of any bad behavior, any mistreatment. We can't have all yin, we can't have all yang. It's all about that balance. So lie here, let anything settle in. And again, anything negative, you exhale and it is gone. Bringing the sole of the left foot onto the mat. Roll to your right. Support yourself up. We are going to be down on our front in a second. Just switching direction. We're going to start by opening through the right. But first, seated either on the knees or cross-legged. Reaching your right arm out to the side. Let it cross the body. Left hand moves across the elbow or the tricep. Just stretch the back of the shoulder. Only 2 or 3 breaths here. Imagine you're pulling that shoulder to the left and even reaching the right hand that 1 little percent further. Relaxing down. We're going to move to a position called our half Spider-Man. So taking ourselves to a lying position. Right leg comes out. Almost the higher, the better. We're going to start to stretch into the front of the right groin. We have 4 minutes through here. I'm going to give a few little ways to either regress, lower the knee down. To intensify, I'm going to slightly raise my right leg. I'm using a cushion. Then looking to the left. Every exhale gently pushes the right hip down. You can use your hands as a pillow. Maybe use one of your cushions, whatever feels right. Those deep, deep belly breaths. And as we start to work asymmetrically or unilaterally, think about how one side feels compared to the next. There's nowhere to hide when we use one side alone. As we come to halfway, if anyone feels the need to intensify, you can think about perhaps extending the right leg out ever so slightly. You may feel this is a stronger stretch or a weaker stretch. Your body is your own. Choose where you would like to go. But hips still face the floor, concentrating on the inside of the right hip and thigh joint. Final 60 seconds. Taking the final breath. Start to bring the right leg back into center. And we're going to move towards the upper body. Taking it towards the right pec, the right chest muscle. So extending your right arm out, roll the shoulder back, place the left hand beneath the left shoulder, roll to the left, place your left foot somewhere on the floor behind you. If you want to intensify it, you can lift the left knee to the sky, wing the right leg out. And now all of our attention is on the front of the right shoulder. We will be here for 3 minutes. Lots of tightness may end up causing tingles through the hand. We are not looking to drive deep into those tingles or numbness. So just be aware. And finally, if you'd like to take your left hand somewhere towards the left hip, that is available to you now. Any pain through the front of the right shoulder, regress it. Don't force it. We're here for the long run. Slowly you might feel the hips opening. Remember, the body is not individual muscles, individual joints. Everything is connected. So from the front to the right shoulder, down across through your belly, towards the front of the left hip. Down through the left inner thigh to the knee. Everything works in harmony. Final 2 breaths. Bringing the left thigh back in. We release out of the stretch. We go straight to our Shavasana. Be very gentle coming out. We roll onto our backs. We find that rebound. Just think of all the energy, all that openness now flowing through the right side of the body. Now taking the attention to the left. Does it feel closed? Does it feel left out? Placing the sole of the left foot on the mat. Roll to the right, bring yourself up. We start on our knees. Making sure you've got space on the other side now. Reaching left arm out. And as you exhale, cross the body. Grab hold of it with the right. And squeezing it. Stretching the muscles on the back. The capsule of the shoulder. If you do a lot of vinyasa, a lot of that yang practice, we can become incredibly tight here. Releasing the shoulder. I'm going to change back to my original direction, making sure I've got all the space I need. Lying onto your front. Take the left knee across, now half Spider-Man. Turn to face the floor. So the more we can face the floor and almost towards the right, the more we're going to concentrate on that inner hip. Once again, look to the right. Perhaps relax the head. The higher the left knee is, the more intense the stretch. As we move past our first 90 seconds, anyone who feels the need to extend the leg or intensify, the option is available for you. But just because a teacher has given you an option never means you have to take it.
As the practice nears its close, we start to think of our intention at the beginning, the ability to just relax and release. Now know that our hips, what many know the root chakra, it is the deepest, most animalistic emotions. So when we come to opening our hips, joy, sadness, those really powerful emotions can start to come out. So if anything is showing up in the body, know that perhaps it has been locked up in the hips. And let it run through. Finish your evening incredibly happy, a little bit melancholy. We roll with the punches, we go with the flow. And as always, if nothing is showing up, there is nothing wrong with you. It means there's just nothing locked in there right now. Final big breath. Slowly take the left leg back in. We have our final big opening, stretching through the left side of the chest. So extending your left arm. Place the right hand beneath the right shoulder. Right foot comes onto the mat, knee raised. I recommend supporting the head with a pillow and perhaps winging the left knee in front. From here, the option to take the right hand to the hip becomes available as we open into this big twist. We have our 3 final breaths from the belly. Imagine that melting sensation.
Supporting yourself back to center. We meet in our Shavasana. For those who do want to finish with a final bit of a heart opener, the pose we began in, a supported fish, that is also there for you. For those happy in your Shavasana, be so happy. By opening the hips, we unlock whatever is held back, whatever is holding us back. By unlocking the heart, we open to bravery, to new opportunities, to love and to joy. So give yourself that huge smile as you close your practice in your own personal bliss. We will make ourselves into a tiny little ball on the right hand side. Tuck the knees into the chest. Let the head relax. And as slowly as humanly possible, bring yourself to a comfortable seat. Shoulders are back, neck is long. You can do that incredibly fast body scan through anything big your body has to tell you. Do not let it go unnoticed. Register it. Take it away and learn from it. Bring your hands to heart center. A silent but beautiful thank you to yourselves, to your body. Raise the knuckles to third eye. Namaste.